Thank you. Now going over to the political part podcast, you have Vivek on Taylor Swift being propped up, perhaps for an endorsement. Now, this comes thanks to Vivek's personal X Twitter profile, and he responds to Jack Poso. Jack Poso says, quote, thinking about when Taylor Swift called out the Source family in 2019 for buying the rights to her music, and then how she came out as super liberal in 2020. Vivek responded saying, quote, I wonder who's really going to win the Super Bowl next month, and I wonder if there's a major presidential endorsement coming from an artificially culturally propped up candidate this fall. Just some wild speculation over here. Let's see how it ages over the next 8 months, unquote. And granted, that tweet was a couple days ago, but they did get 1.4 million views and 13,000 likes. See here? Now, one of the first response comes, actually, I guess we can reflect on that for a New York minute. Yeah, I can't help but realize and see every time there's a checkout at a grocery store, more than half of the magazine covers have Taylor Swift's face plastered on it. She is being used as a mechanism to also increase the sales of NFL sports balls tickets as women worship her like a god. And I suppose they do have 18 men who appreciate her as well for her music. I think I met one once, but nevertheless, she's going viral, as the youth might say, and every day of the week, that's all the media is talking about is Taylor Swift, or as the youth might call her, T Swift. Or, as a future brand ambassador of the Swiffer Picker-Upper, they may call her Squeaky T Swift. Pun moderately intended. And again, she has gotten out the vote before. I believe, was it 2000? What year was it? I think she did. I know The Rock, or I think 18 people call him Dwayne Johnson. I remember he told people to go out and vote for Biden a couple of years ago. Which again, there's nothing more brilliant than The Rock. But let me see here. Did Taylor Swift vote for Biden? Let's see here. Okay, in 2020, she said she would probably vote for Biden. She says, I guess this is a quote from her, under their leadership, I believe America has a chance to start the healing process it so desperately needs. Unquote. Which shows the mental vacuousness of Taylor Swift. She thought that would heal America and make the world a better place. Now, statistically speaking, has that happened? There's been more violence, more inflation. So, again, it did help get out the vote last time, but I mean, I guess her fans do worship her. They very well may assist the campaign for the 2024 election. And again, there's a lot of speculation of how much would that help? How much is she being paid for that? But let's go in the comments to see what people are going on. The first comes from Luke Zaleski, who's a leftist who's very consistent with his posting on all the former Republican nominees for presidential election. He is, as youth might say, very active. Now, he says, and again, look at his background, his post, and look at his profile, he's very much left politically, ideologically speaking. He says, quote, responding to Vivek, says, quote, it's just another MAGA hustle to stay relevant, like a kindergartner acting like he doesn't want the girl he's crushing on in hopes he'll trick her into liking him. Trump's insecure brand of fascism requires constant attention and seeks to insert itself into every situation, unquote. Now, believe it or not, that did get some of the most likes. That got 693 likes. Kindergarten like him. Which again, he's saying it's a MAGA hustle to stay relevant. I don't think Vivek is taking time out of his day to make money with this statement because, again, he's built multiple successful businesses. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And, again, by Vivek saying this, I don't see how he would monetize it or gain any real monetary value of it. Now, it looks like going to responses of Luke, let's see here. A lot of them are wondering if he's a parody. A couple of people are agreeing with him. A couple of people are roasting Trump and Vivek. But overall, a lot of people kind of calling him out, which given the sample size of people who follow Vivek, I would say makes sense. Now, other top responses comes from Mike Engelman. He says, quote, it's rigged, unquote, getting 386 likes. Mark Jeffrey says, quote, yeah, I had the same thought. Nothing feels organic about Taylor's rise or the whole relationship, and now the whole Super Bowl thing, unquote, getting 271 likes, which, again, if you've been living under a rock, let's just say, if I know this, I would venture to say even my parents or someone in East Africa would know this. Taylor Swift is dating the quarterback, Tyler Kelsey, of the sports balls teams. which is the 49ers, which San Francisco has a football team, which is a success. Statistically speaking, I think it's as successful as the city of San Francisco as well. Haha, business economic joke. They've lost a lot of businesses, past 48 months especially. Which again, given her music, it is astonishing how many people allegedly have connected with her style and paid her so much money. She's one of the first, I believe, billionaire artists as well, if you want to call it art. I mean, her success is phenomenally big. I've only met, I guess anecdotally speaking, I've met one person who loved Taylor Swift. I think my sister may listen to her a little bit. But, yeah, I'd love to do an IQ test of the average person who tunes into Taylor Swift. It would be fascinating to see. I can't help but think it's the same group of people that are spending 50, 60, 75, $200 plus for a pink Stanley Cup, which, hilarious, ironically had lead in it. Now, Gunther Engelman responded, "The Swifties," unquote, getting 329 likes, which is a reference to the culture built around Taylor Swift. The people who worship her call themselves Swifties. Which, again, the fact that they're all not pushing those mops and there's not a commercial out yet or a parody out yet is ridiculous in and of itself. Chris Nielsen, quote, "You are artificially topped up," unquote, getting 414 likes. The Usual Suspect bites back and says, quote, "Vivek, your entire existence in the GOP is a psyop," unquote, getting 164 likes. Sabby, oh, we gotta check this profile out. This is an unusual statement that got a lot of likes. Sabby Piscantilali says, "LMFAO, bro, this team has been elite for 6 years. You must be watching cricket," unquote. Getting 511 likes. Which, San Francisco 49ers being an elite team? What? Alright, so this profile, I don't want to say it looks weird, but it looks unusual. So if you go to Sabby Piscali, this person is, I don't know if this is a profile pic, but I don't know if this is a parody. I'm reading the profile description that they chose to put themselves. Quadruple vaxxed, 13 boosters Pfizer, diversity and inclusion certified, Biden-Harris 2024, LGBT flag, pride flag, Ukrainian flag, Palestinian flag, he, him pronouns, joined in 2012, has 311 followers. It's not to brag, but I recently did get more than 280 followers on my personal profile on the X Twitter. And going to the profile, let's see, let's see here, talking about stock trading a lot. Let's see. Talking about Jim Cramer stocks. Interesting. Has anyone ever called the San Francisco 49ers elite? I always put them in the same bucket or trough or dumpster as the Bears. They'll win next year, is what I'm always told. I mean, when I think of elite sports ball teams, I think of who has won. I think Tom Brady has nearly more rings than fingers at this point. I know he was on the Patriots, and he went to Florida, the Buccaneers, I think. But I've never heard anyone say the 49ers are exceptional. Is that a sports ball thing? Let me know in the comments if you heard anyone ever say that, or have you ever met a fan? And going down, we'll do one or two more comments. Polite No More says, quote, "It's amazing that anyone listens to Taylor Swift or watches football. Nothing is real," unquote, getting 40 likes. Do one more here. Samantha Tango says, quote, "Biden can't win without a lot of help. He's unpopular. He has a 33% approval rating. He needs to go. 25th Amendment," unquote. They got 91 likes. Actually, we'll do one more. This one got 616 likes. One Ultra Mega Maga, who I would say A+ for marketing because the profile picture is in fact of what looks to be a AI-generated picture of Donald Trump. However, he's not wearing the iconic red hat, which I was going to say, if you're an Ultra Mega supporter, I think that's kind of a staple of the community. It is the red hat. So this alleged Ultra Mega fan says, quote, "Lucky for the DNC, young ladies don't care about the economy, taxes, national security, or world peace. They only care about abortion and identity politics," unquote. Which, statistically speaking, if you look at the demographics of voting groups, yeah, they highly vote Democratic, historically speaking, and that is the group that Trump lost the most votes from going from 2016 to 2020. So talk about the upset of the year. What if, again, crazy idea. I promise I'm not inebriated or drinking Bud Light. What if Taylor Swift just endorsed Donald Trump? Which would be so hilarious and out of character. Because again, in 2020, endorse Biden. That'd be Elon once said the most entertaining outcome, usually the most likely. That would be the most entertaining outcome, bar none, if she were to come out on stage wearing a MAGA hat saying, "Let's make America great again." It would be so out of character for Taylor Swift and her fan base. That would be priceless. I can't help but think, yeah, that would be priceless. It's not going to happen, but talk about an interesting thing if it were to happen. So again, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it is fascinating that the whole media is continuing to prop Taylor Swift up. It got Americans to watch sports balls even more than usual. And is it all psyop at the end of the day? It'll be interesting to see, but as I normally always say, time shall tell. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, by the end of February, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback on how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.